Hello, and welcome to Your Access Smart Talks.
The Smart Talks podcast series is an EU-funded Euraccess project, which provides information and assistance to researchers at any career stage.
Euraccess supports the European research area in its ambition to create a single, borderless market for research, innovation, and technology across the EU.
We support researchers in mobility, careers within and beyond academia, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
We strive to enhance scientific collaboration between Europe and the world.
Welcome to Your Access Smart Talks podcast. In this episode, we will focus more on the recognition of research managers' profession and future directions. To do that, we will have a company of two representatives from RM Roadmap project, Kristina Boras and Anna Klucharic. Hello, today with us is Kristina Boras, who is International Area Director at the University and Research Grants Management Agency, AGAUR, from the Ministry of Research and Universities of the Government of Catalonia, Spain. Her role encompasses funding management and administration from different EU funding sources, such as regional funds and next generation EU funds, research project planning and implementation, supporting the career development of researchers as the Euraccess Service Center in the region, and the research management network named CARMA. She is also an ambassador of the European project Research Managers Roadmap, funded by Horizon Europe for the creation of the framework conditions to strengthen research management in Europe. Kristina, thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Thanks to you for inviting me.
So let's start with you, actually. Can you briefly describe your role and responsibilities as a research manager?
Yes, of course. So I'm a research manager working at a funding organization, as you said, which will respond to a policy implementation measure from the Ministry of Research and University of the Government of Catalonia in Spain. My role is very diverse in this sense. So it's full of challenges and evolving tasks comprising funding, strategic planning, project development, as well as supporting the research community on their internationalization and attracting European funds. So mainly, I have a specific task developing and fostering research management careers and supporting services, providing supportive services through a network of research managers that we call CARMA.
Thank you. And how is the contribution of research managers recognized within the scientific community and especially probably by institutions?
I would say that research management professionals are often seen as support staff to researchers in many broad aspects, like related to their project development or dissemination or exploration of the research findings. And although the profile is highly demanded, there's not always a clear opportunities for advancement or a recognition within the institution, and especially in the public sector. I would highlight that most of them play a crucial role in the research and innovation arena, and the value that they bring to implement strategies within the institution or the contribution to the research activities impact is not well recognized. So many research management do not have the adequate working conditions for the variety of tasks and responsibilities they undertake.
Yes, this is definitely the case that should be addressed. So what would be your advice? What steps could be taken to improve the recognition and visibility of research managers' work?
I think that we should make visible the role that we play at the interface of science and bridging the gap between the science discovery and the social impact and the value that we bring to it. We need proper recognition at institutional level, so we for the crucial role that we also play in supporting the strategic capacity of the organization, and as well policies addressing the professionalization challenges, supporting our career development. And further on, I would like to insist that we need more academic training to acknowledge a profession to students and offering doctoral candidates alternative and recognized career options beyond the traditional research paths.
This is very important regarding the career development, because usually the people perceive that you have done, for example, your PhD, and then you need to be a researcher. Now it is, of course, another a little bit level. Not only in academia you can be researcher, professor, whatever, but you also can shift to industry. But the recognition of research managers as a highly skilled professionals that are real support, giving to the researchers of their organization, just because they know all the inner situation, what are researchers groups, what they are dealing with, what are their skills, what are their competences, expertise, I don't know, what they are like professional in, that they can contribute to any project that they know about. This is of high importance, really. But of course there is nothing comes as it is as easy, and everything has its challenges, and especially when you introduce something new. So how would you comment on, can you share any challenges you faced in your professional development as a research manager, and how you have overcome them?
Yeah, sure. So, like other research managers, I joined the profession by chance. I was attracted by the job description, and the matching skills to develop the tasks that they were asking. So, the main challenge has been development my career without any guidance, and evolving through the first job in a research performing organization, and now in a research funding organization, which implies a significant shift of tasks and objectives, and full of unexpected work. I can say I really embraced the dynamic nature of the field, and recognizing that research, as a research manager, I'm assuming continuous changes and challenges and adapting myself to the evolving nature of the field. So the best practice exchange between peers and being part of communities, it really brings me an a supportive network that will helps me to navigate through these complexities and advancing in sharing best practices.
You know what I also was thinking about? These highly skilled professionals that definitely will contribute to the development of the institution uh, whenever they are located and so on. But this brings us to the most interesting, I would say, part as a budget. So if you can allow as an institution yourself to pay the not so highly skilled professionals that are doing just like bureaucratic works in supporting like researchers, then this kind of expert should be remunerated a little bit differently. Does RM roadmap also takes into consideration that the budgets of the institution should be actually increased, and like, I mean, the salaries of such kind of experts? What do you think about it?
Yeah, as I said, I think we need to address policies for recognizing our role and having proper working conditions in this sense. And this would mean, of course, raising the budget, and it could be there's other challenges involved. So I think this is more a member state support policy we need to tackle, and to embrace within a specific uh, job category for a role in this sense. So it could be it could be more complex change in this sense.
Yeah, but of course, I understand that the first step still is this framework, is the recognition of the profession, and then afterwards, okay, we can take the next steps, and proceed with dealing with next level challenges, I would say. So, Christina, thank you very much for our conversation, for bringing us on board, and you are our first speaker, and we will proceed with your colleagues also from the project research managers roadmap and EARMA association of research managers. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. A pleasure.
Today we welcome Anna Klucharic, who has been the head of the Department for Horizontal Areas of the EU Framework Programs and Mobility of Researchers at the Agency for Mobility and EU Programs since 2012. She served as the Euraccess Service Center contact point for a few years and has been the national contact point for legal and financial aspects in framework programs since 2012, covering FP7, Horizon 2020, and the Horizon Europe program. Anna, can you briefly describe your role and responsibilities as a research manager?
Thank you for inviting me to take part in this Euraccess Smart Talks. I'm honored to be here today to discuss this remarkable initiative for research managers. And thank you very much for your question. I will briefly explain my career in research managers, which began in 2009 when I joined the Agency for Mobility and EU Programs as the financial manager on an FP7 project aimed at setting up the Croatian Euraccess network for mobility of researchers. This is also part of today's project and today's initiative, Euraccess Smart Talks. So I continued to work at the agency, and in 2012 I started working as the head of department for horizontal areas of the EU framework programs and mobility of researchers, as you mentioned already. And this role allowed me to dive deep into the administrative and also strategic aspects of research programs at the European level. And over the years, I took on additional responsibilities, including serving as Euraccess Service Center contact points. But at the same time, or a bit prior to that, I became the national contact point for legal and financial aspects in framework programs. And this role I have held since 2012, covering FP7, Horizon 2020, and the Horizon Europe program. And my experience after that expanded also as I managed numerous projects for agency, focusing mostly on the coordination and support actions. And I have managed more than 20 projects, ensuring compliance and effective use of funds. So more recently, in 2023, I became the national delegate for ERA Action 17, which is dedicated to research management initiative at EU level, and also RM Roadmap Ambassador. So these two roles reflected my continuous commitment to advancing research management and fostering international collaboration. I really look forward to further contributing to this dynamic field with all these roles I have mentioned.
So, looking forward, what are the most significant trends or changes you anticipate in research management over the next, hopefully, few years?
I think over the next few years there may be numerous significant trends in research management, driven primarily by technological advancement, evolving research priorities, and changing societal needs. Today, I will focus on three I see as the most important. First, the recognition of the research management as a profession. Second, the strong connection between the researcher's profession and the profession of research management. and third, changes in how research is performed. So I think that the most prominent changes expected is the recognition of research management as a profession. This recognition is already being supported by the European Commission as well as projects funded through Horizon Europe program, such as RM Roadmap and CARDEA project, along with the research managers organizations. Recognizing research management as a profession in policy and law is likely to have several impacts. I believe it will boost the research management market, set professional standards, foster collaboration for talent, and structure the profession through different level of research management profiles, such as research management 1 to research management 4 levels. I believe also that it will lead to the development of new training programs, courses, and certification opportunities. But what I would like to stress out in this recognition process, it is important to highlight the self-awareness of research managers. It's crucial for them to recognize their significance in the evolving European research area and to enhance the visibility and understanding of their roles to effectively position themselves within their organization. What I would like to stress out the moment after the recognition aspect, hopefully, of the RM profession is established, policy attention is likely to be shifted towards addressing the challenges faced by the research managers' careers. These challenges include the precariousness generated by the workload and the burden placed on them, primarily due to increasing demands in research funding and changes how research is performed nowadays. Also, another change that can be anticipated is related to strong connection between research careers and the profession of research managers. Since research managers are currently somewhat tied to researchers and research profession, policy measures aimed at researchers, such as new European framework for research careers and the new charter for researchers, will likely have implications for research managers as well. So, considering that researchers, especially those at RN1 and RN2 levels, are in precarious position, research management may become a more prominent career option for them, which is really interesting. And we may witness an increase in dual and hybrid RM and researcher career paths in the future. Last but not least, what I would like to mention here, changes in research management will be influenced by the performance of research. According to definition by CARDEA project from November 2023, research managers actually enable performance of research in all its applications. So I believe any changes to how research is performed will affect also research managers. And major changes and new trends in the performance of research will focus on the expectations for research to solve problems and provide solutions identified at the strategic level. So this will put pressure on researchers and also on research managers to deliver these solutions identified at the policy level.
Wow, that is fascinating. And I think to tie in some of the points that you said, that's very interesting that you emphasize the importance of the self-awareness of research managers in understanding their position in the research landscape. And if you tie that to the fact of the fact that you said that research changes and that also will change the research management landscape, I think that's so important for our listeners who are interested in a career in research management, especially like you said, if they're researchers and they're interested in a dual career system, to have that self-awareness of where you stand in your research system and where the research is going in the future, or where you anticipate it moving, and staying up to date with those changes when deciding your career path. I think that's really fascinating, and I agree with you that the recognition of the research management position, the research management profession, is paramount, and I think we're looking forward to a new era of research in this new era of research management. For our last question, I would like to ask you, this is something we ask a lot of our guests, is what advice would you give to someone looking to start a career in research management, knowing all of the changing landscape that you have just described? What advice would you give to a listener who's interested in a career in research management?
Yes, starting a career in research management can be incredibly rewarding and impactful. There are two key pieces of advice that I could give to research managers. Firstly, to seek networking opportunities through professional associations of Horizon Europe national contact points. And secondly, to stay passionate and persistent. Also, I would like to explain briefly what I mean with this. Becoming a member of an association of research managers, these can be highly beneficial for the research managers. Preferably, you could join one association at the national level, but sometimes there is no such an association at the national level, so I would always advise to become familiar with national contact points activities at a national level, and this can be incredibly valuable for the career path of the at least new research managers in the field. These activities can provide valuable networking opportunities, access to resources, and support that can significantly contribute to the professional development. But additionally, what I would like to stress also, involvement in international associations like EARMA further enhance networking opportunities. So becoming a member of that kind of association can really help with your career development. Also, when I say stay passionate and persistent, because it's really challenging navigating the complexity of the RM field, but staying passionate and persistent is really crucial. So dedication and genuine interest in supporting research and innovation is really key to success in this field. So good luck with all the work in a research management field.
Thank you very much, Anna. It was inspiring, and we definitely got an information about new opportunities for research managers who should be aware of their networking opportunities that you are providing for them as well. So this is a good possibility to exchange their views, opinions, and of course know how it is, what is the situation in other countries and the other universities, higher educational institutions. Networking is key.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Euraccess Smart Talks.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and can't wait to share more with you next time.
You can follow us and find more episodes on the Euraccess portal or wherever you listen to podcasts.
This episode was prepared by audio engineer Pavle Drashkovich, outreach manager Daria Aksionova, production manager Jacob Wiesenfeld, editors Isar Pier and Miroslav Trajanovic.
This episode is published under the Creative Commons CC BY license.
Thanks for listening.